Okay. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
I am, yes.
Okay, Over the Edge, Part 2. Seversen's Mysterious Estate. You all awake at your hotel after the previous evening's shenanigans at Sad Mary's. And you're all the worst for wear after being shot and
Drugged.
drugged and
Trampled.
trampled and assaulted by baboons. And not to mention all of the absinthe that you all drank. So
we all
and
did?
yeah, and despite the fact that Madame Lang, do I need to do a recap or do we all remember the events of the prior evening?
I think the players remember. I don't know if the characters do.
Yeah, well, as long as the players remember, we're going to assume the characters do. So, Madame
I'd
Lang,
appreciate.
you agreed to steal a device at Paracon for Madame Lang, and she said that she would meet you in a restaurant for breakfast the following morning, which is this morning. But instead, you receive a text from her saying that she will just meet you at Paracon. So, fair enough. So, you ask around as to which would be a good place for breakfast. And you find yourself at a Theosophy-themed restaurant called the Lost World of Moo. And you've all been sitting there just eating your breakfast, and there's just been a music going. It's all like bad covers of popular songs that all seem vaguely familiar to you, but they all seem to have had like the words changed slightly. And there's TV screens hanging down showing AATV Channel 7 with the local news, and the local, and then the restaurant itself. Your booths are arranged around a central supporting column, and so you're just having your breakfast and you're watching the news. Then there is a story on the news about a ambulance stolen from St. Karen's.
Oh, yes.
Which has been found abandoned and burned out. And you can see it there, and it's lying in front of these gates of a building. And the gates are raw iron, and then they say at the top, they say the words Sylvan Pines. So, and then as you're sitting there, the waitress comes by, and she's your stereotypical waitress. She's very bored and chewing gum, and she refills all of your coffee. And all of a sudden, the music just stops, and the central column drops down. And where the column was, there's a glass cylinder. And then inside the cylinder is a naked woman, and she's tied to a chair. And nobody in the restaurant, which is everybody in the restaurant appears to be locals, apart from yourselves. Nobody in the restaurant bats an eyelid at this. And then the column begins to fill with water, while a voice proclaims over the PA system that she's a seditious member of the underground. And the tank just fills completely up with water, and then lamprey eels start filling it, and just while she's drowning, they start attaching themselves to her, and it just starts filling with blood and stuff, and everyone's just ignoring it all. And then the column just comes back down and covers it all up, and the music starts again. And the waitress says, "Is everyone's eggs okay?" And then you hear an announcement over the PA system, and it says, "YGG poop, party of 4. Your cab is waiting outside."
I
Did
suppose
we call a
that's
cab?
us. Yeah, did we call a cab?
I don't know. I thought you did.
Mop stands up. Iggy.
Let's go get the cab.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
You go out. You go outside.
Cab.
Yeah, Mops will lead the way, apparently.
You go outside, and there's the same black and yellow totalitarian taxi service that you took the day before, and the driver's just standing there smiling. The doors are open, and he says, "Morning, folks. You're all headed to PowerCon. All your bags are in the trunk, and we're ready to go." And
Thanks,
so
man.
you all climb into the cab, and he says, "Thank you for your consent." And the car starts up,
What?
and you start driving away, and you start leaving you start heading towards the outskirts of the edge, and then you start heading into the countryside.
Wait,
Towards,
Airtown's supposed to be out of town?
Wait a sec.
oh yes, PowerCon is at Dr. Seversen's estate.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was like attached to the hotel somehow. Okay, cool.
Oh no! Good
All right,
God,
so
no!
You're not being
It's just not
This is-
inherently
this is-
scary.
This is just a lush. She's like Elon Musk famous. So she's just a world famous inventor and scientist, and so she's like Elon Musk but classier.
Is such a thing possible?
To be classier than Elon Musk? I don't know.
Low bar.
So you're going through the countryside, and the countryside is just made up of like really uneven, just kind of dirt. It's just kind of a dirt road, and then there's like you can see factories and mines and stuff around, and then up in the there's like farms and stuff, and then you can also see up in the hills there's just you can see what look like Grecian and Roman ruins. And then in between all of those, you can see children playing and just sheep moving in and out of what look like burned out German tanks. And then there's all kinds of like pillboxes, just concrete bunkers built into the hills that have all been left over from the war.
Hmm.
And so you're traveling for about an hour. You're heading outside. And you just keep following this winding, narrow highway, and then you come across this small sign that just says X27, and the taxi takes a left there and starts to go up a slope, and the terrain starts to become just open fields that are filled with rocks, and the rocks look like they've been meticulously placed. So there's like stripes of dark rocks and occasional boulders, and they form this kind of complicated pattern. And you can see start to see the estate in the distance. And so you just continue on up the drive, and the drive becomes blacktopped and much more luxurious. And then you come to a circular drive filled with cars at this just palatial house belonging to Dr. Seversen. And so the cab pulls up at the front door, and several uniformed servants come down the steps to meet you. And the taxi driver gets out, opens all the doors, opens the trunk, and several servants just take your bags, carry them back up into the main building. And you head up the steps, and you find yourselves in the atrium of the Seversen mansion. And it's filled with high bright walls, and then in the corners there's statues carved in classical style, and there's 4 statues, one depicting Madame Blavatsky, another one depicting Nikola Tesla, another one of Einstein, and another of Susan Calvin. And then there's a
Wait, Susan
reception.
Calvin as in iRobot, Susan Calvin?
And then behind the desk there's a
RPG
There's a-
just earned a whole star for that reference.
okay. And behind the desk there's a smiling young gentleman, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dr. Seversen's estate, and welcome to Paracon. We hope you enjoy your stay. I have all of your room keys here. If you'd like, we can show you to your rooms right now, or we can just take your bags to your rooms and you can go there later. And if you like, you can just immediately retire to the lounge and have some pre-convention drinks, or
What
go
time
to your rooms."
What time has it gotten to be? I think the convention
Oh.
started at noon. Is that right?
Nah, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning right
Oh.
now.
So we
That was
don't have a lot of
definitely
time.
for a drink.
Yes,
I
a
would-
little hair of the dog, as they say in English. I'd happily have you send my bags to my room. Thank you.
You can also send my bags to my room.
Hey, Joe, you might
Okay.
want to cool off the dog hair talk around mops, man.
Yes, I hope I've not caused offense, Mops.
As a matter of fact, you did cause a slight amount of offense.
But I hope
However,
I can make amends with a drink on me.
Yeah, send the bags up to my room and I'll just go to the lounge.
In Vienna, we call it the point of the dagger that stabbed you.
that is a much more appropriate analogy.
So you all go into the lounge, and the lounge is a sharp contrast to the atrium. It's got the very dark, it's kind of like a Victorian smoking room. And it's filled with dark leather chairs and couches and deep carpets, and then there's like plush seating that's built into bay windows, and low slung sofas and side tables. And then there's a set of double glass doors that lead out to a porch that look out over a conservatory. And there's a number of guests in the room.
Do I have to recognize anybody from the dance hall last night?
You do not. You don't see Madame Lang. She's not here at all. No. The waiter asks you if he could get you drinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have a Gewürztwein, I would like that very much.
We have everything your heart desires, sir.
I'll have an Aperol Spritz, please.
Absolutely.
Which the internet tells me is a top drink in Vienna.
I assume Iggy will have a White Claw.
Oh, fucking Coors, man.
Oh yeah, of course. We do
Vodka cranberry.
have Coors. We also have vodka cranberry.
What would
Absolutely.
Dr. Zanville drink?
Well, the Dr. Zambo usually drinks absinthe or some kind of really speakeasy type of cocktail, but she's going trashy today with the vodka cranberry.
Nice.
Too much absinthe last night, you know.
Breakfast, for God's sake.
You gotta level it
you know what
out.
they
You gotta
say.
level out your classy with your trashy.
Mhm.
You know what they say, Doc? Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you're funny.
By the
Dr.
way, I'll
Zanto,
be here all night.
might I ask what you thought of these stone arrangements outside? It seemed like something that might be up your alley.
I was particularly interested in the ruins, yes, and all the bunkers built into the hillside. So this seems like this particular island would be an excellent place to build a labyrinth.
And they've got plenty of room in the countryside, it seems.
They do, yes. This may be something if I get to talk to Dr. Seversen, who, yes, I do know peripherally. Everybody knows who Dr. Seversen is. Maybe I can talk her into investing.
Okay.
A rather friendly-looking elderly man in his late 60s, quite small, with a large, prominent nose, and just wisps of gray hair, and he's wearing like a stained lab coat, and he's got like a little kind of threadbare little red strangle snare noose tie that he's wearing around his neck. And he approaches you and says, "Oh, my friends, welcome, welcome. I do not recognize any of you. You are all new faces. It's good to see some fresh young faces."
Oh, of course. I know. I haven't put my lanyard on, have I? I put my convention lanyard back on.
Oh, by the way, yes, you were all issued convention lanyards in the atrium.
Good.
Excellent.
I would
Uh,
have demanded no
so
less.
I believe Iggy is now adorned with 3 lanyards, possibly 4.
Yeah, I am. Just 3. I haven't been able to get one from anyone else.
Soon you'll harvest the lanyards of your foes.
Today, the lanyards. Tomorrow, who knows?
I am Joe Friedrichsen. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Morpheus, Dr. Morpheus is my name.
Of course it
I am
is.
so pleased to meet you.
Of course, yes.
Mr. Fredrickson, you seem vaguely familiar to me. I will perhaps speak with you later, privately.
Oh, but of course.
I
and I'll
would
introduce.
enjoy that very much. And
As-
who are your friends here?
Oh, what'd you invent, man?
No, but we'd love to hear about it.
This year I have anti-gravity boots.
Sick.
How very
Yes,
exciting.
indeed. Yes,
Do
indeed.
they work and shit? Do they
They
work
do.
and stuff?
Of course they work. Well,
Oh, wow.
they mostly work. You simply use a handheld remote control device, and they allow you to float in air like a bird.
If you can,
That's really something.
Except right now, you can only vertically. Horizontally, not so much.
if you
But-
can make anti-gravity boots, can you not make anything anti-gravity?
This is what we'll start small. Herr Hawker.
If it's not proprietary
Wouldn't you
information,
agree?
if it's not too much to ask, what is the principle under which this works?
It's too much to go into right now, sir.
And I'm a layman. I probably wouldn't understand,
No.
to be
it is-
perfectly frank.
Well, I would not say that. You seem like a very you seem like a man of the world. Right
Thank
now,
you.
they're restricted to vertical movement only, unfortunately.
Are you doing any like demos or anything? I'd like to try that.
Certainly, you are most welcome to try them, sir. Perhaps we can meet later, and I can demonstrate them for you.
Yeah, man. Check me out. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Then a young black woman approaches you. She's wearing a purple and gray yoga outfit and has a huge afro. And she's like, "Hello, everyone. How are you? Is this your first convention?"
Well, yes, it is for me.
Yeah. I'm Iggy.
Moon-
What's your name?
Moon Ashley's the name.
All right, Moon. That's cool.
You guys all look quite tense. You should come and join me later on tonight. I'm going to be giving a demonstration of Starlight Yoga. I'm the world's leading Starlight Yoga instructor.
Oh man, what's Starlight Yoga like?
You know you're performing your poses, right?
Yeah.
You do yoga. You look like you do yoga.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I believe that certain poses coupled to specific mantras that I've derived from old texts
Uh-huh.
will yoke the human spirit to harmonies found in different stars.
Of what advantage
That's
would that be?
nuts.
Of what advantage?
Yes.
Mops. You
it
get
creates
harnessed to a star.
microtunnels through the astral plane, obviously.
Ah. Pardon my ignorance, for it was not obvious to me. Yoke me too serious.
Maybe.
I might have an interest in that.
The only thing I'm certain of is that one never should attempt to harmonize with the sun.
Is it
Why
Because
not?
What's wrong with the sun?
its proximity makes its power overwhelming and dangerous, you know?
Oh yeah.
Makes
Like too
sense,
close.
I suppose.
That's
Hmm.
why although it's not necessary. That's why I only practice starlight yoga at night.
Hmm.
So
That makes
I
sense.
don't accidentally get drawn into the sun.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hmm.
You don't want to do that.
Anyway, I'll be giving a demonstration later. I'm not sure where it is. I've asked for it to be outside, obviously, so we can be under the stars. But do come look me up, guys. Okay, I gotta go to my room right now.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, we'll
Okay.
see the moon.
So you guys go and you go sit on a couch with your drinks, and then across from you there's a woman being there's two women, and one of them looks slightly annoyed by the other.
Yes.
She's very distinctive looking. No, because she's got this
Canadian?
huge pile of blonde curly hair, and then she's got these like goggles on, and then she just has these enormous 5-foot wide shoulder pads that curve up into just sharp fractal angles. And then beside her is this rather innocuous looking middle-aged woman in a green sequin dress who seems to be trying to offer her something, and the younger woman is just shooing her away with her hands, and then she just finally gets up and she comes over to you and she says, "Excuse me, would you mind if I joined you?"
Not at all.
Sorry, which one
Okay.
is this again?
This is the younger blonde one.
With
Okay.
weird shoulder
Yeah.
fractal shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Do we know what
Yeah.
Chris Seversen looks like?
Do you know what Chris Seversen looks like?
Yeah.
Of course you do. She's incredibly famous.
Okay. Is this her? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No.
All right, so we would
It
recognize
is
her.
not. You have not met Chris Seversen yet.
Check.
So
Ads are very appropriate.
Sure. Just making sure.
and she sits down and she says, "Oh, thank you. That woman's been driving me insane all morning.
Oh, what's she been bugging you about?
Whores. She's always trying to sell services.
Oh,
That's the problem. Oh, she's always
Yiggy-
working. It's
Yiggy
Madam.
makes mental.
It's
Yiggy makes
Madam.
mental
It's
note of
Madam
her face.
Velasca. She's always
Okay.
working. She's always working
Okay.
conventions and conferences on the island. Her and her girls.
All right. Something to just file
Why
away.
was he bothering you?
It is. Hi, my name's Veronica.
Hi, Veronica. I'm Yiggy.
Veronica.
Veronica?
Yes.
All right, I'll introduce
So-
myself as well.
So, wait, your name is Veronica or Werionica?
Veronica.
Werionica.
Weronica.
Aha.
Veronica.
Ah, where on it?
All right, that's
Veronica
really-
Svensson.
Oh, wow. So you're like related to Chris Seversen?
No, my name is Veronica Svensson.
Oh, Svensson. Yeah, that's a different name, isn't it?
It is a different name.
Are
And
you
your name-
presenting at
And
the
what's your
conference?
name? Your name is
I'm Joe.
Gigi.
Oh,
Gigi.
Yeah, it's Yiggy.
That's not what it says on your
Yeah,
lanyard.
but you gotta listen to the Y. Oh, I'm collecting these. Yeah, you gotta listen to the Y. It's Yig. E.
Oh, okay. I guess you really got to
Yeah.
listen to like the cadence of your voice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, I hate these conferences.
Are you
Absolutely
presenting
hate
at
them.
the conference?
I'm trying to. I am looking for investors, and this is just the story of my goddamn life. Every year, I have to just pour myself out to these idiots with money who are just looking for the next big thing. And you know,
investors in what?
this year, I got nothing. Well, right now I've got flip flop. That's what I'm trying to market right now.
Flip
Flip-flop.
flop like the shoe?
No, like the gas. It's a gas bomb.
A gas.
Okay.
It's a
Wow.
gas bomb that just screws up people's sense of up and down, left and right,
So a party favor?
right and wrong. Could use it as a party flavor, but it causes a lot of puking. It's still a work in progress. That's why I need investors.
chemical weapon.
Well, maybe.
Hmm.
Depends. I'm not going to ask questions. Whoever's got the money's got the money.
I hear
Am
you.
I
sister.
right?
Yeah, I hear you.
And she clinks her glass to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
YOLO.
And the elder lady who was with her approaches you, and she's like, Veronica just shakes her head and rolls her eyes back in her head. And the elder lady says, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Madame Velasca. You are all new to Amarja. And while you are here, may my girls and I avail you of certain services should you require them. And she gives you all little calling cards, and they're all little credit card sized things, and they all say Madame Velasca, provider of certain services.
Yicky does not lose that card.
All right.
My shoes did get smudged last night. Was shoe polishing? Is that amongst your certain services?
Can I
We
check
can
to see
certainly
if Joe's
provide.
joking?
Do you enjoy having your shoes polished?
One
We
does
cater.
like-
We cater on Amarja. We cater for all delicacies, sir.
His shoes are not that delicate.
You're a strange dude, Rob.
I'm a little unclear on the concept of the services they provide. Buttons sewn, shoes shined,
Anything you like.
guides.
Joe, she's a madam. Come on, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Madame Blavatsky. Ah,
She's a
Do you do readings?
madame. She's a madame.
do you do psychic readings?
We do not do psychic readings.
Mm.
Madame Velasca, can you tell me anything about a place called the Sylvan Pines?
Sylvan Pines is a health resort.
Ah, a health resort.
Yes.
Perhaps. Do you provide certain services at health resorts, seeing as they are probably healthy services?
We do indeed.
Hmm.
As I said, we provide services. We cater for all delicacies, sir. Even your kind.
Mm.
Woof woof.
So you're all sitting there with your drinks, and then some servants arrive at the door, and they say, "Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please be so kind as to make your way to the grand ballroom.
Hmm.
The opening ceremony of Paracon will begin shortly."
I'll go see the opening ceremony.
Yeah, totes. Just from Joe's perspective of not understanding technology, like an anti-gravity boot and like the flip phone he's forced to carry are about on the same par of inscrutable technology. Like totally beyond his realm of comprehension.
He's going to do very well here.
Yes,
Any sufficiently advanced technology.
exactly.
And the grand ballroom is a 2-story ballroom, and one wall is just made up of floor-to-ceiling windows that look out over a balustraded terrace, and then there's balconies on all of the other 3 walls. And then the terrace itself is a beautiful place with stairs leading down to a pool and a maze beyond that. And then the floor of the ballroom is this lovely pinkish tile. And it's well known that under the floor of the grand ballroom are pages from the grimoire of a 16th century Kabbalist.
Oh.
Because Dr. Seversen is very keen to have many wards on the premises due to all of the paranormal work that she conducts.
Yeah, see, this place is right up my alley.
And people are milling into the ballroom, and Dr. Morpheus joins you again, and he comes back up to Joe, and he's like, "Oh, sir, my friend, may I join? May I keep you all company for the duration, or for a time at least?"
But of course, I'd love to have that chat with you later as well, after the opening ceremony,
Oh,
perhaps.
absolutely. And then there's just people milling all around. I assume you don't see anybody familiar just yet. So, and then the same waiter from the lounge comes up to you, and he has glasses of champagne that he offers to all of you. Champagne.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
You all
Yep.
take it.
It's new somewhere.
It's not doesn't have anything. It's not laced with anything, is it? Not that I expect to be poisoned, but more like mind altering drugs or anything like that.
Oh, probably not. This is
One good way to find out.
It's Paracon, right? So
yeah, indeed. And while you're all there with your drinks, Dr. Morpheus reaches into his breast pocket and he fishes out this small little silver sliver device, and he drops it into his drink. And the device starts flashing red. He takes it out again, puts the device in his pocket, and then just quietly just dumps the drink nervously into a nearby potted plant.
Hey, something wrong with the drink, sir?
Oh no, it's probably nothing. I just have to watch out for my heart, you know. And there's still a lot of milling around. There's still a lot of milling around going on. And
of this wine, of this champagne, it's
This
fine.
so you're all drinking. Yeah, yours is just fine, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, I'll see how Yiggy responds to his first, and then take a sip.
Yeah, I drank mine as soon as I got it in my hands.
And Mops trusts his senses, so he'll drink it.
And you don't feel any ill effects.
Excellent.
Music is getting louder and louder, and dry ice is starting to fill a stage area.
Cool.
And the lights are starting to dim, and there's starting to be like these searchlights going around. And Veronica Seversen,
Svensson,
Veronica Svensson
if that is her real name.
approaches you again, and nods acknowledgements and hellos to you again, and then she approaches Dr. Morpheus and she starts to talk to him for a moment, and then she just looks at him a bit oddly and just kind of just walks away. All of a sudden the windows abruptly polarize, momentarily plunging the grand ballroom into a murky gloom. And then the spotlights spring up again, directing everyone's attention to the stage. And then a smoke bomb explodes, and Dr. Chris Seversen steps out. The music goes wild. She has her hands raised, and she's just pumping her fists in the air, and the crowd's just bursting out in applause.
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive.
Oh yeah, it's very impressive.
Oh, I'm actually saying that to myself.
Yeah, and she's waving at them to be quiet, to calm things down. And she goes, "Thanks for coming to Paracon. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. In a world that's too often hostile to anyone who thinks outside of the box, it's great to be in a room filled with like-minded risk takers." She points to a few people in the crowd by name and goes, "It's wonderful to see you. Thanks for coming again. Yay. Everyone should ask her about her perpetual energy device. Am I right? Here's a new face I'm excited to see." And she's pointing at you.
Oh.
Jenny.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's like, not
Dr.
me.
Zanville.
And I nod graciously around the room.
As the reception is all about getting to know each other. So enjoy the food, enjoy the open bar, enjoy the live entertainment we've got for you, and relax. We're here to change the world. No pressure. And then she hops off the stage and she just starts mingling with people.
All right, yeah, I'm hoping like I'll meet people and introduce myself, whatever. I'm hoping to find people more in the like psychic reading, soothsaying type of field, if there are such people here. So that's it, you can carry on narrating, but that's what I'm kind of going to be keeping my eye out for. And of course, Madame Lang, I guess, since we're supposed to meet with her.
Actually, you're in luck because you do see Madame Lang in the corner.
Perfect.
We were all pretty drunk last night when we agreed to do this to help her. Are we still all on board with that? I'll say as an
Oh,
aside.
hell yeah, man.
Yeah? Yes?
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck,
In
easy.
return for speaking to the guru, I agreed to perform this service.
I would love the opportunity to schmooze with Dr. Seversen, but if we're going to be stealing something from her lab, then you know.
Probably better
as
if she
you-
doesn't know us.
As you approach Madame Lang, you see that she's in conversation with a man that you saw at the edge of the, or some of you may have seen at the edge of the dance floor before the murder last night.
Aha.
And he is again the just a European man of indistinct age, and he's dressed in a simple suit, and he has like a modest tie noose. And as he sees you approaching, he just mutters something to Madame Lang, and he just walks away. And he's
Can I hear what he said?
no, you do not hear. You don't hear anything. There's too much commotion
lot.
going on. And you approach Madame Lang, and she says, "Oh, my darlings, you have finally."
What's up, man?
And then she says, "Like, oh, come join me aside here."
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Talk to Madam Lang.
Okay. And she says, "Firstly, we have a problem.
Uh-oh.
I have been informed by a little bird that there is a mover cloak gang here, and they are here to steal the etheric trap. The same etheric trap that my handlers have hired you to retrieve."
Yeah, do we know who these mover guys like are? Do we have their identity?
No, we do not.
That's
If we
fucking
had
great.
their identity, my dear, it would not be a problem.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
So,
feel-
Do we know how many?
no, we do not.
Yeah, damn it. All right.
I feel like it's like the madam and her girls probably, but you know.
So
that's all.
with movers, I would warn you that you need to be careful of being scanned, because if they scan you, the entire jig is up.
Yes, we'll be on the lookout for these suboptimal demoralizing. Of course.
Well, she provides you with a map,
There
Aha.
it is. Aha.
Nice.
which I shall also provide to you separately, and in a bigger file that you can go over.
And
And
where
she says, "I suggest you study this map and get the lay of the land. And then later tonight, you will meet my contact in the maze, and they'll provide you with all of the gear you'll need."
anything else we ought to be doing in the meantime to prepare, or just mingling and looking like we belong here?
I would just mingle, case the joint, as you say.
Hmm.
So the windows polarize again. And then this slow, exotic music starts to play. And this woman lowers from the ceiling, and her skin is just painted with golden and silver scales. And then the underside of her long brown hair is dyed like a mossy, iridescent green that glimmers out as it shifts sensuously around her body. And then a forked tongue darts out from between her red lips. And she starts doing this, you know, sexy dance. And she's just you see her writhing slowly, and it's this Eastern influenced music, and it's real conference entertainment. Dancing, and she's like writhing around various attendees and stuff, and they're all like nervously smiling and laughing, and so. And then just a large python winds its way down from the ceiling, and then just winds itself sensuously around her, and they continue in this Eastern sensual dance thing, and then the lights go down again, and the music stops, and everybody is just rapturously applauding. You see Dr. Seversen over near the stage. Does anyone want to?
I'd like to go talk to her, please.
I will look.
Okay.
Anyone want to come with?
There's Zanville.
You're coming with me?
Yeah, I'll accompany you.
Okay.
Okay. And what's everyone?
Okay,
What's
Yigi
everyone?
is-
I will. I'll mingle with the crowd, look for my soothsayer. Oh, but also keep an eye out for Dr. Morpheus. I had promised him a chat at some point.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll go with Joe
Talk
then.
to me
So-
secretly. Yes.
You start walking. This is Dr. Zambil and Mops. Head over towards Dr. Seversen, and she glances up, and then she just has just a huge beaming smile, and she walks over and she grabs your hand, Dr. Zambil. She takes your hand in both of her hands, and she just shakes them really strongly, and she says, "Dr. Zambil, it's such an honor to meet you at last. I'm delighted you could join us this year.
And I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
I am so looking forward to your speech tomorrow. You must see my my maze.
I would love to.
It is paltry compared to your designs, but I am quite proud of it, and I think you'll find it has some interesting technological developments that hopefully you'll find curious at least.
I would very much like to see that. I'm very interested. I've heard rumors, but obviously do not know the details. So I would be honored if you would show me.
Oh, I would be delighted. I do not know if I will have time myself, but I can certainly have my assistant Lisa or show you, or it's quite safe and it is open to all guests. You are free to navigate it yourself, and if you have any questions, you're free to address them to me or to Lisa or one of my other assistants, and I would be happy to tell you.
That would be delightful, and perhaps at some point, I know you're very busy, but I could talk to you about a project I'm working on, another a labyrinth project.
Oh, and she is like very politely, dismissively going, "Oh, certainly, sure, absolutely," and then she sees somebody. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Waves. She just waves at nothing and heads off in that direction. And she says, "Well, you two have a great time, and we'll catch up soon."
Okay. Now we're feeling better about stealing from her. After that dick move.
Yeah, that was Well, I mean, I expected that somebody of her stature would probably do that, but at least we got to pass through the labyrinth, or through the maze, excuse me, so we can check out the maze.
Excellent.
Perhaps there's a way to the lab through the maze. Who knows?
And as you're standing there, having been basically dismissed by
Dr. Seversen.
Dr. Seversen, so an Indian gentleman approaches you and asks you, "Excuse me, would you have anyone in your party with psychic abilities or psychic energy? We're trying to put together an Akashic wave later tonight, and we have openings for 2 more psychics."
I have plans, but thank you.
You, madam, I don't mean any offense, but you don't you don't meet our requirements. I mean someone with psychic energy.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
was a bit.
don't mean to cause offense, but if you could point me to anyone in your party, where are the rest of the party?
I don't know. Who should we throw to? Should we throw to him?
I mean, Mops is weird, partly because I haven't fully worked out exactly, because I didn't really want to work out exactly why he's so long lived and how this was made, like how he was made. I've kept some details open, so possibly he's got some latent psychic abilities he doesn't even know about. But otherwise,
No, it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be either of you.
he would say,
that's too bad because
Iggy,
okay, whatever.
you're looking
And he just
for Iggy.
he just like pats you on the shoulders and he's like, "Well, thanks, guys. Well, you know how it is at these things. It's really difficult to put together an Akashic wave." And he wanders off. He wanders off into the crowd.
Oh, he just scanned us.
So Joe and Iggy, are you guys together or?
Sure, we're gonna look for. I was gonna look for
Separate.
Dr. Morpheus, and Yiggy's always there for a good time. It seems like.
Pretty much.
He wants to get his hands on those anti-gravity boots.
Hell yes.
Fuck yeah, he does.
Okay, so you come along and you see Dr. Morpheus, and he's there and he's talking to that younger Indian guy again. That was earlier. That was just talking to Dr. Zanbil. So you approach and Dr. Morpheus sees you and he's like waving frantically and smiling at you.
Like
And,
a waving in a friendly hello way, or a waving us away kind of way. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, in a friendly, welcoming way.
And is the guy still You're still with him?
Oh, he is, yes.
Okay.
And
Dr.
so-
Morpheus, Joe, you remember Yiggy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yes, Iggy, good to see you. Good to see you.
Yiggy.
Yiggy.
Yiggy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
This young man is Mr. Purushatam. Is it Purushatam? And the guy says, yes, Deep. And name is Deep. You can call me Deep. And he shakes your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems pleasant enough. He's like he's just like he's in a dark blue suit, and it's all covered with like tiny, soft twinkling lights. And then he's got like a matching kind of cap, and he's like just really, really enthusiastic. And he's like, I'm a reality engineer, and we're trying to put together an Akashic wave later with we're meeting with some other Akashic with other reality engineers.
Reality engineer.
Yeah.
They worked for Disney.
Fungineering. Yes, I'm very familiar.
Yeah. An Akashic wave. It's a self-sustaining hyper-consciousness ring that transcends space-time.
Well, it sounds exciting, but dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous at all. You need a certain number of psychically abled people in order to conduct it.
Interesting.
And we've yet to pull it off.
I'm afraid I'd be a little use. No psychic ability.
No, but I think you might be able to help us, Mr. Pop.
Yiggy.
Yiggy. Good to meet you. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. People always get my name wrong too.
Oh, that's all right, Deep. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really know much about that kind of stuff.
Oh, but you clearly have a psychic energy to you, and the Akashic wave will just open your mind, and you see the universe at one, and it just reveals so much insight into oneself and your core. You should please come with us later. And he just hands you a card. And he goes, think about it later. We're meeting in room 2B if you'd like to come.
You've been saying
Yeah,
you
be later
work on your
tonight.
core, Yiggy.
And he says,
Yeah,
well,
I mean, like my
Blaster
like
core.
core muscles, not like my brain core.
Ah.
so,
Yeah, I'll think about it deep. That sounds real
and-
neat and stuff.
and while those two are talking, same time those two are talking, Dr. Morpheus leads you aside, Joe, and he says quietly to you, my Imperial Royal Highness, I know who you are.
Oh fuck!
And it is I am honored and privileged to meet with you.
Thank you. Good subject, but do keep your voice down. I don't want to draw attention to myself here.
I have an invention. I have an invention that will surely aid you and restore you to the throne. I can steal their soul from the television, and you can then interrogate the soul. And I have been watching that vile Archduke Karl von Habsburg. We can use my device to expose him as a fraud and prove that you, my Imperial Highness, are the one true Holy Roman Emperor.
We're not quite ready to come out to the wider public just yet, but I would like to talk to you more about this.
Our
But
allies,
make no moves
allies
until
are
further.
everywhere, Your Highness.
Make no moves until I consult with you further, please.
But our allies are everywhere, and our
Really?
enemies are closer still. And as you're talking, you you notice that there's like a small little red dot beam of light tracing its way up Dr. Morpheus's leg.
Okay. I'm not high tech, but I am on the lookout for assassinations. Can I quickly but
And
unobtrusively nudge him aside out of the light? Like kind of just like put my hands on his shoulders and guide him to walk with me?
no, you just all of a sudden the beam starts moving up towards his chest, and there's a high pitched ping. You just hear a high pitched ping right in your immediate vicinity, and Dr. Morpheus just grabs his wrist, and he's wearing a watch on his wrist, and you just see that the watch is just glowing red hot, and he just takes the watch from his wrist, and it just drops to the floor, and then Morpheus just dashes out through the nearest available door, and he's just out of there.
Okay, I'm gonna look back toward where the light came from if I can, and toward the sound.
Well, what you see, what you see is lying on the floor, just right by you, is a perfectly formed bullet, and it's just lying there, like it just lost all of its kinetic energy.
Wow, that's a pretty good invention.
Oh, that's a good watch.
Okay, but I don't see anybody with a gun of any sort and a laser
No,
scope.
you don't see anybody, and more importantly, Morpheus is just out of there. He's just gone.
I think if he dropped the watch, you better pick it up.
But it was like burning hot. It sounded like.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
you
I
pick it up.
don't
It's still quite hot, but you can
Well, I've got
pick it up.
I've got a handkerchief, of course. I'll use that to pick it and the bullet up.
Yeah, you're a member of the aristocracy. You've got a handkerchief.
Yeah, why would I not? How would I not have a handkerchief? Intriguing. Okay, I'll pick those things up, but I'm not seeing any sign of assassin.
No,
Okay, damn
there's
it.
there's no sign of that at all.
Ain't that always the
And then-
way?
No, and then nearby there's a sudden commotion as a conference attendee just faints, and the small crowd gathers around her, and she's completely unconscious. And then they bring her to her feet, and they ask for glasses of water, and they slowly revive her, and they all decide she's just been overcome by all of the commotion and the closeness of all the close proximity of everyone. Everyone agrees that it's gotten quite warm in here. They open up the glass wall to let in the springtime air,
Ah,
and everything is quite cool down, and she seems fine.
Hmm.
There doesn't seem to be much of a problem. there at all.
Hmm. Oh, that was some kind of distraction, probably.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So I'll touch base back with Yiggy if he's done talking to Deep. I don't know if you saw that, Yiggy. Someone just tried to assassinate Dr. Morpheus.
What? Wait. Where did you see the guy that?
I saw one of
that shot the gun?
those pointy light sights that they use on guns nowadays. Crawl up
Yeah.
It's some kind of incredible device that appears to have stopped the bullet in its tracks. Keep an eye out for anyone unusual. I think would not narrow things down here, but anyone armed with firearms, I'd be most curious to find out about them.
So wait, is Morpheus okay?
Seemed fine. Look, here's the bullet.
Okay, but like, where'd he go?
He ran off. I will look for him discreetly in a bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't find. I was hoping I'd spot the assassin, but no luck. This seems to be quite the island for assassinations, don't you find?
Yeah, man, it's rough around here. Listen, I'm gonna go find Morpheus then. Yeah, and then Yiggy's gonna try to track down Morpheus. One of his.
Okay, I'll point which way he ran out to Yiggy.
Perfect.
I think I won't pursue. I'm kind of just like looking around to try to find anybody who looks suspicious, but I'm assuming that's not going to leap right out at me.
A hush and a great commotion starts to go across the crowd near the entrance to the grand ballroom, and everybody is just turning and looking towards the doors, and there is this woman standing in the doorway that is clearly quite the guest, and she's this Middle Eastern looking woman. She's in her early 30s, and she's in this, absolutely breathtaking dress. And I can tell you that her name is Akinori Khan, and she is the most sought after investor on Amarja.
Oh.
And she stands there imperiously, just gazing out over the crowd like a queen holding court. Or possibly like a shark warily eyeing a suit of hungry remora. She controls some very large purse strings, and a lot of people in this room are hungry for her money and support.
This again?
Dr. Seversen immediately makes her way over to her and starts chatting with her. And then
Well, I'd love to try to approach her, but I think someone of her stature is going to be even more difficult than Dr. Seversen. Let's see if we can get a little closer to the investor. What's her name? Khan?
Yep.
Okay.
And then a hologram of a younger woman, youngish Italian woman with a ponytail that actually comes out over the top of her head, like a scorpion tail, appears on the stage and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who wish to, you may now apply the roll-on adhesives that are being passed by staff among you right now to the soles of your shoes if you wish to enjoy some zero-G dancing for the evening." And so people are doing this. They're taking these metallic strips off these trays that the servants are handing out, and they're applying them to the soles of their shoes. And
yeah, can he take a couple and also swipe a couple extra while he's at it?
certainly, sure.
Yeah.
I'll do the same. We'll try to swipe a few extra.
But I'm not going to put you on my team right now.
Yeah, they're not really zero. They don't really give you zero-G shoes. But what's happening is that there's magnetic field manipulators under the floor of the ballroom that just allow people who have the metallic roll-ons on their feet to float up in the air. It's not really true zero-G. It's just the magnetic fields allow you and your partner to literally sort of walk on air at pre-programmed heights, which vary and shift throughout the ballroom. So it's trickery. It's trickery, but
yeah, but
But
Seems
good trick.
interesting.
Do these strips only work inside the ballroom?
Yes,
Okay, nevertheless,
they would.
I'll just keep them.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
same.
So you two are heading over towards the door towards Dr. Seversen and Akinori Khan.
Yes.
Okay, and you approach them, and Dr. Severson goes, "Ah, Miss Khan, this is Dr. Zanbil. I'm sure you've heard of her. This is who I was telling you about earlier." And
wow.
Khan reaches out her hand rather kind of sort of dismissively, and says, "Charmed, I'm sure. Chris tells me you deal in mazes."
Mazes and labyrinths, yes.
And why would I want to put money in a maze?
Well,
Aren't
I
these funhouse attractions?
they are not. They are sources of energy, depending on how and where they are built. And I feel that this island would be a great place to build it. There's a great deal of psychic energy and spiritual energy that can be harnessed through the building of mazes and labyrinths. A lot of power to be generated and illumination.
And this would be powerful energy?
Extremely.
And what would the limits of this energy be?
They could be limitless under the right circumstances.
And how expensive would
Well,
this folly be?
it's quite expensive. See, I don't know what the currency rate is on that I should be using, but I don't want to put a dollar figure on it at the moment. But it is quite an expensive venture. But I feel that it's a small price to pay for ultimate knowledge and power.
Do you have a card, my dear?
I do, and I present her with my card.
And she takes your card. She says, "Chris tells me you're giving a lecture tomorrow morning."
Yes, I'm giving a lecture on the labyrinth at Saturnius D, and that is a minor example of what I'm intending to build.
Well, while your mazes and labyrinths do not interest me, sources of renewable, limitless energy certainly interest me. So perhaps we can speak again tomorrow.
I would like that very much.
As would I. And then, just as she says that, she stumbles forward slightly and supports herself on Dr. Severson's shoulder. And Dr. Severson is like, "Oh, Miss Khan, are you all right? Are you all right?" And security, she just waves security in. And then Miss Khan just like collapses to the floor.
Oh, great.
And they pick her up again, and she seems confused, and she's like, I'm fine. Where am I? I just so confused, and I just feel lightheaded. Perhaps a glass of water. And they take her away, and you basically go, "Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow."
Great, thanks. I was making progress.
Well, I think you made progress. She took your card. She got your card.
Okay.
She got your card.
There. Okay. Well, that's good. All right.
Your poison
Calculated
card.
risk. Oh, please. That was a calculated risk. It paid off. What shall we do next, Mops?
I am not sure.
All right. Well, I'm putting on the damn space dance shoes. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, that was a very troubling assassination attempt. 3D dancing.
Yeah, I think Yiggy is still interested. I mean, he wants to do the 3D dancing, but we gotta go find Dr. Morpheus, right?
He seems to be able to take care of himself.
All right.
If you'd like, we can go.
No, it's fine, I
But
guess.
at least let's dance our way over to the doorway.
That sounds like an excellent plan, Joe. I'm glad that you're thinking on the same level as me.
Because this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we make our way over to, or I and I assume Yiggy will dance our way through the dancing on the ceiling, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, what a feeling.
Quite the feeling.
Both fired.
I wanted to see if we could follow him.
Into the
Agreed.
atrium.
Okay, so you go into the atrium, and the atrium is quite empty of visitors. There are a few people here and there.
Are there any staff people here?
Yes, there are. There's a desk clerk.
I'll ask the desk clerks if she saw some Dr. Morpheus, and if their name doesn't ring a bell, I'll describe him, come running through here, and of which way he went, if so.
I did see Dr. Morpheus. He headed towards the elevators. I assume he was returning to his rooms.
Do you know, I needed to return something to him. Do you know which room he's in?
He is on the second floor, and he is, just one moment. He is in room 13B.
Wow, that's
Sorry,
pretty loud security there.
23B. Sorry, he's on the second floor.
So wait, so I'm looking at the map. Is there a different building where our rooms actually are?
Yes, there is.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. What do you think, Yiggy? Should we?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. So yeah, we'll head
So
over.
you
to the
take
guest
you're taking the lobby elevators.
Yeah.
Okay, and the elevator leads you to the second floor
Mhm.
of the mansion, and you are in. Can I bring that up? I can. On the map, you're in the lobby on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, I see. It's a guest house there. Yeah, got it.
yeah, you cross a walkway
Mhm.
that leads you to another building, which serves primarily as a guest house.
Okay.
It doesn't have a first floor. It's just elevated on these four large pillars, and then the lowest floor is connected to the second floor of the mansion by just an open air walkway.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go
So-
to the room as described.
Okay.
And before I knock, Yiggy, maybe stand clear of the door. Sometimes after an assassination attempt, people are prone to come out shooting. So from the side of the door, I'll knock on it, like not standing directly in front of it.
Inside, you hear Dr. Morpheus's voice just nervously say, "Yes."
It's Joe. Wanted to make sure you were all right, Dr. Morpheus.
Oh! My Imperial Royal Highness, just one moment, please.
Joe will be fine.
You're what now?
He's gotta
I
get
make a like the kind of cuckoo gesture at Yiggy.
Dr. Morpheus opens the door to his room and ushers you inside, and then closes his door.
Dr. Morpheus, first compliments on your device that appears to have stopped that assassin's bullet. Do you know who might be targeting you in particular?
I feel it. I feel. Maybe speak in front of this gentleman.
Oh, of course. Yiggy, salt of the earth. Good chap.
I feel it is the followers of Archduke Karl von Habsburg.
Oh no, don't talk about that in front of Yiggy. My mistake. Well, that's okay. Yiggy, I'll explain this later.
All right.
Shall I refer to them as our Austrian friends?
No, our Austrian enemies sounds like could be more appropriate.
Austrians? Like Australians?
Yep.
Like Australians, but less barbecue prone.
barbecue prone.
Barbecue.
They are less afflicted with barbecues. It's a terrible
Yes.
thing.
Did you get a look at your would-be assassin?
I did not. This is why I have to defend myself with these devices. Enemies are everywhere. I tell you, My device will expose them, and expose him for the fraud he is, destroy their movement, and restore you to the throne at
Yes, Yiggy.
Would you like to try my anti-gravitational boots, Mr. Pop?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
It's one size fits all, and he gives you them, and then they've got like one of those remote control airplane controllers where there's like 2 joystick things, and it's pretty clunky looking, but so he gives you those and says you are free to test them as you wish. I must warn you that moving sideways is quite difficult, but if you grab onto something and give yourself a good push in that direction, they'll tend to take you that way. But vertical, up and down, they work like a dream.
All right. Yeah, I think Giggy starts fucking around with the anti-grav boots. Like floats up to the ceiling and then back down gently. Like tries to like float near the top again, then just starts like kind of bouncing off the walls, like kind of floating in the space shuttle style. Like he's having a great day.
Yeah, and they work just fine.
Incredible. You are quite a genius, Dr. Morpheus. I must compliment you. Well, I suppose you can only be on your lookout, as can I, for future assassination attempts. If you need to reach me, I pull out my sort of ancient flip phone. I have this high-tech communicator. Look at it and find out how to contact me on it.
Dr.
I don't actually know how to give him my number, even.
Dr. Morpheus says, I certainly will, and perhaps I shall see you tomorrow. But for tonight, I feel safer in my rooms for now.
That seems wise.
Okay. And then we cut back to Mops and Dr. Zanville, who are still in the ballroom, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, and the evening's events are drawing to a close, and people are starting to spill out of the ballroom and into the atrium, and some are going to the lounge, some are going into the lifts and just heading over to their rooms for the night. Others are heading out of the ballroom and out onto the patio, the poolside patio, and into the gardens. And there seems to be there's like a cafe in the pool area and stuff that people are going to. And you see Madame Lang takes your arm, Mops.
Oh.
And says, one more thing, Herr Hacker. My little birds tell me that there's chatter that you are in danger.
So we have suspected.
They tell me a cell phone surfaced last night. And your name was mentioned. Beyond that, I don't know. But I can tell you, if your name is mentioned, it's not a good thing. So I would advise you to take care and to be careful. And I will bid you all good night. This has been a tiresome evening, but hopefully it will be profitable for all of us. And she heads off out actually the front door to a waiting car and just leaves.
Okay. Is it time to go check out the maze? Are we
you
to that
could
point
go.
in the evening?
You could go to the maze. Yes,
Okay.
that would work.
Mops, what do you think?
Yes, let us do that for now.
Okay. What about Joe and
Yeah, can we meet back up with them for a
Yeah.
maze check?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all go-
Does Yiggy still have the boots?
Is Yiggy allowed to still have the boots?
Oh, Dr. Morpheus is he's a kind soul. He's letting you hold on to them and try him out.
Oh, that's incredible. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I won't break them or nothing, Doc. Thanks.
So
When do you need these back for like thing?
He says, "Oh, you may return them to me just before conference end tomorrow evening. Will be fine.
Nice.
All right,
So-
yeah, sounds
And
good.
please do take note of how they perform, and advise me of any idiosyncrasies or problems you find with them."
Yeah, you got it, Doc. I'll road test them.
All right.
Score.
All right. So you all meet up and you all head.
Will have no use whatsoever.
What? Oh, you all meet up and you all head across the ballroom
shit,
and
wait,
and through the open glass doors out into the patio and pool and cafe area. And the cafe is famous on the island because of it's been outfitted with a mimetic filter so that everyone sees their favorite mass brand of coffee. So some of you see a Starbucks, some of you see Costa Coffee, some of you see Gloria Jeans. So what Iggy sees a McCafe. It's whatever tickles your passion for espresso is there.
What? It's
And-
fine coffee. It's fine. All right. It's just not as overpriced as those other places or whatever.
And then some people are the pool is very deep and there's no shallow end, and there's some people are swimming in that, and then beyond that in the darkness is the maze, and it looks like it's sort of like a regular hedge maze, except it's made of chain link and razor wire
Oh
and
God.
electric cords, and then it's just covered in ivy that grows through it that would be impenetrable even without the razor wire. And it's like it has the appearance more of a magic funhouse than a maze. And so you're heading in there.
I suppose.
Yes, this is very
Hope I don't
exciting.
offend you, Dr. Zanville, but this looks like quite the monstrosity.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique architecture.
Unique. A fine word for it.
Just don't touch the edges.
I suppose not.
Electric then.
So you go through it, then there are dead ends, and the layout seems to periodically change.
Is there a
But-
ceiling on this?
So, no, it's open to the air.
Nice.
Okay.
And so you find this, and there's occasionally one or two people, but eventually, you're alone, and it's very interesting. I mean, you find it quite curious, Dr. Zambil. You're not quite sure how she's achieving it, whether she's doing it with some sort of mimetic perception filter, or if it's some kind of complex automation. Although some people have apparently hypothesized that she's using actual dimensional rotation. Do you think that could be possible?
I would incline towards the dimensional rotation because I don't think you can achieve this with mechanical by automation.
Okay. It's in most of the configurations, it's like studded with there's like little gathering points and seating areas for private conversations. And as you turn a corner into one, you find yourself in one of these points, and it's a small area with a bench, and you hear a familiar voice. Oh, it's me friends.
Ah, fuck.
It's me
Oh, God, no.
friends. How
my God,
is
it's Tony?
How is It's me, Tony.
Oh,
Tony
God.
Sparkplug.
Tony, I didn't think you were coming to the conference.
Where did you go? Oh, Jesus. Why didn't you come last night? Jeez, it was mad. Mad. I tell you, it was mad. Wait,
It was mad then?
last night was fucking mental. Absolutely mental.
Tony,
Can I
do you know a Madam Lang?
Of course, everybody knows Madam Lang. Is that who sent you here? Why do you think Tony Sparkplugs is here?
Well, I don't know. Why is Tony Sparkplugs here?
As well as fixing cars, I am here for all of your heist and burglariological means.
Oh.
And he places just a large duffel bag down on the ground in front of you.
Oh wow.
And he said, "This has everything you're gonna need. There's gaffer tape, gloves, zip ties. There's a glass cutter, grappling hook. There's a baseball bat for fucking beating the shit out of people if you need to do that. There's some more sophisticated stuff in here. There's a personal copier. We've only got one of them because they're expensive. Do you know what a person? Of course you don't know what a personal copier does. You wear it on your wrist like a watch, and then you can just shake hands with somebody. As long as you touch them, you can just get a sense of their DNA, and you can copy them. Only lasts for about an hour, and you'll be as sick as a dog afterwards. But it works great.
Oh, wow.
And what else we
That's
got?
nuts.
We have shit grass grenades. We got what? You can get a half dozen. There's a half dozen of these shit gas grenades.
Oh
These
my
are really
God.
good. These will take
Yeah,
anybody
man.
out. They make anybody go. They just make you go mad. They just scare the shit out of you. Literally, that's where they get their name. You don't want to be around. It smells bad afterwards. And then there's a Heist Mate DX1000 in here. So,
What's that?
well, let's just say the DX is for Deus Ex. And it basically does all the things you need in a heist. You know, tracks radio broadcast, senses doors, combinations, whatever the fuck you want. It does that. It does all the vague shite you need for a heist.
No, we're gonna probably need that.
There's a load of stuff in there. I'll give you a list. You can look it over. You can look it over with your map later. But good luck with it.
Well, you're not coming with us?
Fuck no, I'm not going in there. Are you joking me? That place is impenetrable.
What? So even with the Heist Mate DX, you think we can't do it?
I just provide them. I don't design them.
Johnny, after all this, we're gonna go out for drinks, all right, bud?
I was just going to ask you, Iggy, is the bar still open?
Of course it is open.
Well then,
Inside the place, or?
I'm heading in. I'm heading into the bar, but there's a free bar. So, Madam Lang, you know, I would have done it for free if she told me there was a free bar. So, but however, getting paid as well, bonus, fucking great.
Yeah, not bad.
He's like, all right, listen, lads and missus, we'll see us around. Good luck tomorrow. And he heads off and disappears around the corner of the maze. So
I love that guy.
one of you is going to have to carry the duffel bag.
I'll carry
I think
the
it's Yiggy. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
thank you. That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I've already got the boots. I've already got the boots.
All right. Are we going to have time for a heist tonight yet? Or is that going to have to hold for a third session?
Well, I don't think you guys have. You guys haven't even scoped out the place, have you?
No.
So, well,
Okay, we do that.
You do notice that the the maze starts to like shift slightly while you're standing there. So it's probably a good idea to start heading out of it and heading back to your rooms.
For sure.
And so,
Yeah, actually,
okay. So you
Yiggy's
start.
gonna activate his boots, and he's just gonna float right out of the maze.
All right. Okay. You work on that horizontal stuff. Watch the razor wire.
Yeah,
So Iggy
he's
flips
gonna
out.
do it like he's just doing big jumps.
The rest of you are walking, and you turn a corner, and you find yourself in front of this. There's two men standing in front of this large topiary that they're trimming, and the topiary it looks decidedly like Joe's, like a bust of Joe done in ivy, and then in front of him there's like a two-headed eagle that they've also cut out. And then the two men turn around when they hear you turn the corner, and they just immediately fall to their knees and go, "Oh, My Imperial Royal Highness, oh, you're my Imperial Majesty. And one of them just goes, oh, I can't do this, and he gets up and he just runs.
At ease.
He just
At
runs.
ease, lads.
Oh, okay. The other guy,
The other guy stuck around. Okay.
and the other guy, okay, you say at ease, and the other guy
Uh-huh.
stands up and he's like hugely nervous.
All right,
And,
remember, we're trying to keep quiet about all this.
Well, just as you're saying that, a shot rings out,
Oh, boy.
and the guy goes, "No!" and he throws himself in front of Joe, and just his head just opens up and his brains just go everywhere. Yeah, just like that. And he just flops to the ground.
Okay, I'm pulling my sword cane out. Do I see where the shot came from this time?
No, you do not.
God
you,
damn it.
You hear that it came from somewhere in the direction of the mansion.
Doctor, can you get us out of the maze quickly with your amazing sense of mazery and directions?
I think I can do that.
But stay low, I suggest.
Yes. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Am I gonna have to roll for that or something, or can we just assume that I'm good at this?
No, you're good at it. You have an innate sense of it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
There's been no rolling tonight.
All right. Well, then let's get out of this maze and go back towards the mansion, but do it carefully and quietly.
Okay. So you head back to the mansion. Okay. And then what am I going to do here? I'm gonna ask you all to roll.
Okay.
All of us? Okay. 2 or 1?
My boring 6 doesn't seem so bad, I guess.
I'm going to tell you that some of you were scanned by movers.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
we figured.
Yep.
And that's all I can tell you is that you've been scanned.
I'm fairly
Do
sure I
our
was scanned.
would our characters know that we've been scanned?
No, your characters
like
do
just-
not know
okay.
they've been scanned. Your characters just feel odd.
Okay, a
You
momentary
just feel
weirdness.
slightly odd.
Right.
The bad news is your characters all take a strike.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
What does that
Stupid
mean?
movers.
It's a 3 strikes, your character dies.
Oh.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. You got a strike the other night at Doctor's Anvil, but your strike was recovered just with good night's rest from when you got trampled. Now Mops is fine.
Okay.
But everyone else is unfortunately.
Okay. What does it feel like, the strike?
You just feel like different. It's hard to explain.
Okay. But
I
off,
think
like
let me
not
say
happy different.
I'm fairly sure both Yigi and I got scanned.
It's not in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Like, I know it's bad.
Yeah, it just says all the characters perceive is that they don't feel quite right.
Right.
Okay.
So
All right. I'm not seeing anybody doing like anything at us. Nobody, no gunmen, nobody with some weird psychic helmet on shooting waves at us.
no,
Nothing's
you're not
amiss.
seeing anything.
Does anybody else? Is there anybody else like walking from the labyrinth into the main building as we were? Like,
There's a lot of people. There's
all right,
just
is anybody else looking discomfited in any way?
No.
Yeah. Fuckers.
So no, the scans did not just happen now. The scans
Oh, okay.
happened on. I just needed you to roll so I
Okay.
could inform you that if you were successfully scanned over the
Gotcha.
course of the evening by someone
Or something.
or something. Are you all just going to head back to your rooms for the night then?
Yeah, the plan is for the heist tomorrow. Is that right?
Gonna do my advice to you as a Madame Lang type character would be that I will provide you in an email with the map again
Mhm.
and also the contents of the duffel bag And then I would advise you over the next week to decide amongst yourselves how you want to attempt to carry out this heist.
Excellent.
Okay.
And
Sounds
you
good.
still okay? So you all return to your rooms, and you all tuck in for a good night's sleep, and then several hours later, just around 3 o'clock in the morning, Dr. Zanville rises from her bed in a fugue-like, trance-like state and wanders slowly out through the corridors of the guest house and walks calmly to the door of another room, opens the door, and walks in. And it's in the bed is the yoga instructor Moon Ashley
Oh,
that you
great.
met earlier.
Hmm.
And Dr. Zanville straddles her in the bed and wraps both of her arms, or both of her hands around her throat, and just throttles her. And Moon Ashley thrashes wildly and just then just goes into slower spasms and then just stops until she's had all of the life choked out of her. And then Dr. Zanville calmly steps off the bed, walks out of the room, slowly closes the door. She's still completely in a trance-like state, walks back to her own room, closes the door, climbs back into bed, and goes to sleep.